This is all the we got rid of the pretenders last week, man, and we got the real McCoy here. We got 4 games left, 8 teams, and this is it. This is gonna determine the 2 teams. Yep, this is gonna determine the top 4 teams, and go into the NFC Championship, AFC Championship, and then on to the Super Bowl. So this is a big weekend, man. Let's start in Buffalo with the Buffalo Bills visiting the Denver Broncos. Um, Josh Allen is under some pressure. I don't know
Hmm.
if you saw. It was a piece that I think Peyton Manning and Josh Allen did, where they was like, okay, we're gonna get rid of this curse. So we got Thurman Thomas helmet, we got somebody else gloves, we got the kicker football. We putting all that in the pot, and then we
Right.
we we stirring it up, and then we throwing it off the bridge. You saw that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
No.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
No. No. That's not going to
I'm
work.
in this game. Yeah, yeah. In this game, I'm going as much as I don't like Sean Payton. As much as I don't like Sean Payton, um, Buffalo is going up to Denver, mile high. I'm going with the Denver Broncos in this game because I just think that Buffalo is as much as they want to get over this hump, Josh Allen is just a guy who is trying to pull the whole team along,
Hmm.
and he can't do it by himself. I mean, I know what's their running back? What's his running back name again?
James Cook. James Cook. It's
Yes,
James
I know
Cook.
James
Yeah.
Cook is there, and he had a James Cook. Yeah, he had a quiet 1,500 yards this year. Um, but
Didn't he lead the league?
sorry,
Did he not lead the league in rushing?
I think he did. I think he
Yeah.
did. I want to say he did lead the league in rushing. So I mean, but I don't know if that's going to make a difference. I think Denver at home is going to win this game, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so to be accurate, James Cook, he had 1,621 yards rushing. He did lead the league, and he's the rushing champion
He
for the
did.
season. But when
Yeah,
you say it's quiet, I get what you're saying. Um,
yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily call it quiet. I think it was
yeah,
off the fact that defenses they were so geared towards stopping Josh Allen that he saw a lot of light boxes game after game. He didn't see a lot of
mm,
8-man fronts, right? They weren't stacking the
yeah,
boxes for him. They were more concerned about
yeah,
spreading out zone coverage, stopping Allen from hitting them in the air and or with his legs, right? So he was a
right,
benefactor
yeah,
of that. That being said, this game, man, like I think the Broncos, they are 1.5 point favorite in this game,
mm,
uh,
yeah,
per the betting odds. But I I find myself not wanting to bet against Josh Allen because I've been kind of doing it
yeah,
the past
yeah,
couple of games, and he's been finding ways to win. He's hurt.
yeah,
I think he's banged up. His hand, his knee,
yeah.
his head. Like I think they were concerned that he might have sustained a concussion, but he passed the concussion protocol.
Oh wow.
But man, he's willing the team to win. And at this point, Denver does have the better overall team. They have a very stout defense. Bo Nix has shown himself to be a really good quarterback in the second
Yeah.
season. I mean, sorry, yeah, in the second season. But I wonder if at some point the game might get too big for him.
Mm, yeah.
I'm projecting there because he hasn't really shown any signs of being overwhelmed. I think Sean Payton just
Right.
he has him so well coached to where any and
Hmm.
all situations he seems to be prepared for. But again, I don't know, man. My gut is just saying Josh Allen is gonna figure a way to win this game. So I'm gonna go with the Bills to
Yeah.
continue. I think they're this season's team of destiny, at least to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think they might find a way to win this game. They may find
Okay.
a
All
way
right.
to win
Yeah.
this game. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Yeah. That's
yeah.
gonna be a good one, man. I'm looking forward to it.
And because we may
Um.
see a we may see a letdown from the Broncos having, based off of having that week off and having a slow start
Yeah,
going into this game. That
slow
that
stuff.
might be a contributing factor
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah. That could definitely contribute to them getting a slow start. All right. So, uh, second game on Saturday. That was the first game on Saturday. Second game on Saturday. San Francisco 49ers against the Seahawks. One thing I noticed, man, and I mean
Yeah,
I don't know why it just clicked for me. This is all y'all division. I mean, in the NFC,
three.
this
You got
all
three.
three teams
You got three.
from the NFC West is in this. This is
Yeah,
crazy, man.
it don't make
This
no
is
sense. Like,
crazy. So this is the
I don't know when.
NFC
I don't know
West
when this
playoffs. And
has this happened recently or at all, where you had all three from the same team make it to the divisional.
I don't think I hadn't.
Right.
That's a good stat to look up.
Yeah.
That's a good stat to look up to see if that has ever happened. I'm sure it's happened, but in recent memory,
I can't recall. I
I
really
can't
can't
think of it.
recall. I can't recall it
Yeah.
happening because I mean, at one you can't have no more than three make it, right?
Right.
Someone is go in that division is gonna have to suck, right? And in this case, that's
Exactly.
the
Yes.
Cardinals. So you
Yes.
have three making it, and then on top of that, the furthest three can make it is to this point that we're at right now, the divisional
That's
rounds.
that's true.
So
Yeah.
it's a feat. Like
Yeah.
this is it shows you how tough
Yeah.
the NFC West was, man. It was, and between those three
That's a tough
teams,
division.
between those three
Yes.
teams, we all went 1-1 against each other.
That's yeah. That's the parity there, man.
Yeah,
That's the
we all
parity
went
right
one and
there.
one.
That's why it's this is gonna be an interesting game. 49ers Seahawks. Last time the Seahawks, you know, it was a slow and go game, and the Seahawks came out with it. I think it was what 16-3 or something like that.
Yeah,
In the last game where these guys met, with the Seahawks taking the win. I think Sam Donald doesn't he has like an oblique, something going on with his oblique or something like that they said. I don't know if that's gonna affect him that much. It's tough to play in Seattle because the last game they played wasn't it in Seattle? It was in Seattle, right?
I think so. Yeah,
That
yeah,
last regular season game was in Seattle. So this is in their San Francisco coming to Seattle again, and like these divisional games is so hard to pick because these conference games is so hard to pick because you guys are right there. But um, 49ers had their Super Bowl last week. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and that was their Super Bowl. The injuries have are going to catch up with them, and I'm going with the Seahawks at home. I think the Seahawks defense is like gotta be number one, two in the league. These guys are swarming all over the place, and they're the number one seed. 49ers are going to come in and try to work some magic how they've been doing all season. But I'm going with the Seahawks in this game, man. I mean, I know you know this division better than anyone. Being a Rams fan for so long. But I'm going with the Seahawks. I think like you say, team of destiny. I think this is between you guys and the Seahawks. It's like right there. Who is going to make this Super Bowl? So I'm going with the Seahawks at home.
I put the 49ers in the same boat as the Bills in terms of that destiny designation, right?
Destiny.
Yeah, they shouldn't be where they are with what they've gone
It's
through
crazy.
from a
Yeah.
from a health perspective on that team, losing people.
Yeah.
People, I mean, remember, I mean, Ayuk never even showed up this this
Never
season,
even showed up.
right? Never even
Right.
showed up,
Yeah.
right? And you have now Kittle was in and out all season. Now he's totally out with the Achilles. Fred Warner has been out for a number of weeks. He's trying to get back. If they can make it to the NFC Championship game, I think they said he'll play there. But you could imagine there's going to be a lot of rust. Um,
Yeah.
for him on that game. Purdy is playing really good. Purdy is playing really good
Yeah.
ball. He is
Yeah.
playing. Um, he seems to be free. He seems to be like back to his old self. and has better command of the offense. Shanahan, I know people talking about Vrabel for coach of the year. I think it should be Shanahan hands down with what he's had to endure with his team. And then a close second should be D'Amico Ryan, but that's neither here nor there, right? But that being said, this division is so tight. And like I said, between the Rams, the Seahawks, and the 49ers, each playing each other twice, we all split between each other, right? So this can really go either way. But I think the momentum is with the 49ers. If Darnold is in fact hurt, because they said he has an oblique
Yeah.
injury, and we know
Hmm.
that's like a soft tissue thing. That restricts the quarterback from his range of motion to be able to snap and release the ball from his upper body, from his waist to his upper body. If he's in any way inhibited and not 100%, then I'm giving this to the Niners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
All right.
I'm
All right.
gonna go with the Niners with this one.
All right. All right. Yeah. All right, man. All right. So Sunday, uh, Houston Texans travel. So they're not at home. They're traveling to New England to play the Patriots. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That Texans defense is dangerous.
Yeah.
Those boys are flying.
Hmm.
And Patriots. I underestimated the Patriots uh, last week, and they showed up. They've been just flying under the radar and just winning these games. Uh, Texans coming in. Look, if the only way the Texans win this game is if C.J. Stroud does not throw a bunch of interceptions, and if the offensive line can actually hold up to give him some time. Nico Collins is also out of this game, so they don't have their number one receiver. It's going to be tough sledding. I love D'Amico Ryans. I love what he's doing, but with it looks like CJ struggling just a little bit too much for me. And if you're going into New England, it's gonna be close because that defense is gonna keep the Texans in the game. But I'm
Yeah.
going with the Patriots at home, man. I just have to. It hurts me that to pick against D'Amico Ryan's because I don't want to. However, I just again the Patriots. I think they've been doing this all year. When I think they're gonna lose, they just end up winning the game. So I'm gonna roll the dice, and I'm going with the Patriots at home. I know it looks like I'm going with all home teams, but it's just my gut feeling on this one for the Patriots.
Boy, me and you totally on opposite ends this go around, man. Because I'm look like I'm going all away teams because I don't see this one being close. I think the Texans are gonna
Okay.
they're gonna get take this one running away. This Texans defense
Mm.
against this New England offense, I think this Texas defense is gonna have their way with them. Um,
Wow.
Drake May, they were having a hard time protecting Drake May against Khalil Mack and those guys with the Chargers. Okay,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they just a four-man front with the Texans. They're gonna cause havoc for the Patriots if the Patriots aren't able to establish a running game, which I don't think they're gonna be able to do against this defense. You're right.
Mm.
CJ Stroud does need to protect the ball better. He needs to be a little bit more managerial, and that's all he really needs to do with this high-powered defense he has behind him. So I think they're going to scale the offense back a little bit. They're not going to risk too much, big plays, anything like that. They're just going to be methodical, get the ball downfield, maybe make it a kicking game, get their field goals, but and then allow this defense to carry them through it. If they do that, I don't think it's going to be close. And because this is probably I think the
Mm.
best scoring defense in the league as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They are.
Yeah, I think
They
I
are.
think they're going to
Yeah.
have their way with the Patriots. I'm going to go with the Texans.
Wow. Wow. Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Yeah. This is good, man. I like it. I like it. All right, man. This the game right here. This game right here. You got your Rams visiting the Chicago Bears. I hear a lot about this game, man. I hear,
Would you?
they're saying the Rams, and Matt Stafford, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be
Yeah.
cold. And this LA boys, LA boys coming into Chicago, the Windy City, are they ready for this? Are you ready for the cold? To be whipping up on you. Chicago Bears, boy, look, this is how I see it. Right now, Caleb Williams is very inexperienced in this spot and in this position. And Matthew Stafford, based on what I saw last week, at the end of the game, was just able to command at the end of the game and make it happen. Right. Um, the only way, the only way the Bears win this game is if Matthew Stafford just, for some reason, just throws a bunch of picks. Um, that's really the only way I could see the Bears winning this game. I think Caleb Williams is, and this is going to be a close game. I think this is going to be close. Chicago starts off really slow in the first half, and they pick up in the second half. But if you do that against the Rams, it's going to be over. It's going to be over. So, two things going against them: Caleb Williams' inexperience, and them starting off slow. And if you start off slow against the Rams, it's going to be tough for them to come back in the second half. But I don't want to count Ben Johnson out because I know he always got some tricks up his sleeve. He got something going on. So I think this is going to be a close game, but the experience of Matthew Stafford, and I think he's going to be the MVP of the league. I think definitely I'm going with your Rams on this one to beat coming to Chicago and beat the Bears, but it's not going to be easy for sure.
This game, this game scares me. I'm not. Yeah, this is a tough matchup for us. Not because of the weather. Anyone who is concerned about the Rams playing in the cold weather, they obviously didn't watch the game against you guys that we had against you guys last playoffs last year,
That's
right?
true. Yes. Yes.
My if
Yes.
memory serves me right, it was snowing in that game, right? The
Yeah,
field
it
was
was
just
snowing. Yeah.
white, right? And it went down to the
Yeah.
wire.
Yeah.
And then on top of that,
Yeah.
they also probably forget that Matthew Stafford played 12 seasons with the Detroit Lions, played against the Bears twice in each one of those seasons. He's played also against the
That's true.
Packers. He played against the Vikings when they had an open stadium before they had the dome, right?
Yeah.
He understands how to play in the cold. The cold is
Yeah.
not a problem for Matthew Stafford. So, and versing those guys, they go out there with no sleeves on. They was walking around in Philly in the snow before the game without their gear with t-shirts on, walking around. So like they're
Yeah.
gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
My concern is Caleb Williams and the Rams' ability to contain him. I think what the Rams are going to need to do is they're going to need to hold on to the ball and win the time of possession game. Like we need to keep Caleb Williams off the field because of the fact that Caleb Williams, because of his style of play, he tires the defense out. That's why they're able to
Mhm.
catch up in those in the later quarters because he's running around so much. Defensive lineman is running around all game trying to catch him. Come that fourth quarter, they're gassed. They're tired.
Yeah.
They're tired. All
Yeah.
right. So if we can minimize that, keep him off the field, keep the defense as fresh as possible for that fourth quarter, we should be able to win the game. But it's going to be close. I'm around.
Yeah.
I'm using I'm taking all of the analytical side out, and I'm just going with my fandom. I'm going to pick the Rams. Um,
Yeah.
Rams out of they have the better record. They had the strongest strength of schedule, but again, the
Hmm.
matchup just it it makes me uneasy. It makes me uneasy.
Yeah.
I think our offense
Yeah.
is going to do well against their defense. I think Matthew Stafford should be able to drop maneuver the ball up and down the field against that defense. Their starting
Hmm.
linebacker Edmonds, they just got him back, but now he's out again, and I think he's out for the season. That's a big miss. That's going to be a
Oh wow.
big miss for them. Yeah, TJ Edmonds, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh huh.
but
Yeah.
But Puka, a healthy Devontae, if we can continue to keep the running game consistent and keep them honest on the defensive side, we should be able to pull a win out. But we got to keep Caleb off the field.
Yeah.
We got to keep him off the field,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's gonna
Yeah.
be
That's gonna be.
that's gonna be the hard part, right? That's gonna be because if it was
Yeah.
if they didn't have Ben Johnson wasn't just such a good like a mastermind at that at coming up with these offensive plays, then that's one thing. But the fact that he just knows how to scheme and put his guys in the best position, uh,
Yeah.
they're gonna be problems, right? So we'll see. I'm hoping for I'm hoping for our defense to stay fresh and to be able to be at their best come the fourth quarter once we can do that. Because as you saw with the last game, no lead is safe now with this team. They scored
Nothing. Yeah. You're right.
25 points in the fourth quarter. No lead is safe, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have
It's
to be
not.
at our best come the last quarter of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching with excitement, man. I definitely these are the best teams that are left. The ones that have everything in place and are doing the best. And I think this year in the NFL, it's been one of the most exciting years, man. One of the most
Yeah,
exciting years of football that I've seen in a long time. And boy, I'm excited for this weekend because these gonna be some good games, really good games. I'm looking
yeah.
forward to it.
I'm gonna be on pins and
Yeah, hold
needles.
your breath, man.
I'll
Hold
put
your
it that
breath.
way.
Be ready.
Oh man, but yeah,
Yeah,
it should they should
yeah.
be some good ones. There's been some sketchiness that has occurred this season that kind of makes me wonder about the legitimacy of some of these calls and some of the ways some of these
Mm.
games went.
Yeah,
And we're going to talk about that after the season. I think we really need to kind of deep dive into that.
yeah,
But the NFL has gone out of their
yeah.
way to try to make the game as try to keep things as parity as possible, but it's almost getting to a point where it's at
Hmm.
a fault, right? I want to see good teams be dominant.
Right, right,
I want to see if you're a good team, I want to see
right.
you be dominant. I don't want to have to scratch my head
Yeah.
and wonder like why the heck did that happen? Why did they lose? Right? So
What's going on?
yeah,
Yeah.
what's going on? And then have the
Well,
refs be a major contributor to the outcome of the games as well. They need to stop that.
absolutely that. And I was going to say that. And I know we'll get into this. And like you said, we'll get into this. But I honestly believe that the with the gambling lines and all of that that is so big in the in sports right now, it
Hmm.
has a lot to do when you see refs and players and or players. Boy, it is tough not to look at that sometimes with some of
Yeah.
these calls that these refs have been calling. It's hard not to look at it. But anyway, for the sake of the NFL, I'm not putting anything past anybody, but we'll get into all of that. But I believe that these betting lines have a lot to do with some of these things. Let's just hope they could keep it pure, keep it clean,
Yeah.
and we'll see this weekend what the refs do.
Yeah.
So, all right, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Buckle up. Be ready. We'll jump
see you
back
come
on what
Monday after these
Tuesday,
games. I'll see if
Monday.
I'm hey, if we win, I'll see you Monday. If not, it'll probably be Tuesday.
But
So
yeah,
with
I
that
feel
being
you. It's
said,
all good.
see you Monday.
Yeah.
See you Monday.
Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I
We
like
we
that.
pulling
I
this
like
one
that.
out.
All
We
right.
pulling this one out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. All right, man. Rooting for y'all.
All right, man. Later.
All right, man. Later.